Jason Day said, "When you have a lot of confidence and you feel like nobody can beat you, it's game over for everyone else." That is the power of confidence at work. The concept of frame control is achievable by people who possess the confidence and won't be fazed by anyone at all. Every person who wishes to be relevant and notable should never make a joke about keeping their frame. Why should you hold your frame? This is a question you might not be able to answer if you do not know the meaning of holding your frame. To discover the importance of holding your frame always, watch till the end. Let's start with the obvious question. What is holding your frame? Holding your frame can also be called frame control, which is a very important social skill everyone should possess. Frame control refers to body skills that control the way we interact with people and in our social gatherings. When you have frame control, those around you will follow your values and social standards. Thomas Sowell said, "Politeness and consideration for others are like investing pennies and getting dollars back. They will appreciate your countenance and morals because they are playing by your rules." People read your values and form their own opinions about you based on your frame. It lets them know the kind of person you are based on what they perceive. Every single person has a frame, but the person with the best frame control controls the room and determines the mood of the whole house. How do you hold your frame? It is important to know how to hold your frame because your inability to find your frame makes you lose the ability to control the narrative of any incident around you. You can't use what you can't find. It's that simple. Have personal principles. It is said that if you do not stand for anything, you will fall for everything. For you to have the ability to hold your frame, you must have personal principles. You must be able to know what you believe and what you do not believe. You should not be swayed away by what people say or what they look like because you have your principles. A typical example is if you are in a gathering and people start talking about breakfast as early as 8 a.m. However, if you feel pressured into eating by 8 a.m. to join the rest, then you have weak personal principles. At that point, you decided to compromise just because you do not want to be left out. You have given up on your stand and allowed other people's thoughts to determine your frame. From that moment on, you will lose your confidence and will not be able to speak again in such gatherings. This is why you must have your fixed principles and stand by them. Know why you go with those principles and stick with them. If you are to change a principle about yourself, don't let it be by someone else's decision, but let it be because you believe it is best for you. Create a purpose that inspires people. Do you inspire people? Are people always eager to see you so they can get inspiration from you? Do you have a purpose? As an individual who wants to always hold his or her frame, you just have a purpose that inspires people. When people come to you, they must always look forward to learning from you and getting inspired. There are two types of people: those who inspire others and those who are inspired by others. If you are not inspiring anyone, then you fall into the category of those who are inspired by others. Not that it is bad to be inspired by others, but your inspiration from others must also be an inspiration to people. People who are inspired by you will always take your picture. They will want to exhibit the same values that you have and react the same way that you react to different circumstances. Lead to victory. What most people seek is success, and they always want to be associated with someone successful. Some won't even mind copying a successful person's dress code, values, speaking tone, walking manner, facial expressions, and others just to see if they can exhibit the same success as the successful person. People tend to follow your lead, which is why you should find a way to lead. And not only lead, but be victorious while leading. The first person whom people will willingly follow their gaze in any room is the person who has led and is successful. Being a successful leader also gives you a personal confidence, so that you won't doubt yourself and will hold on to your frame. Create a legacy. This in a way looks like having a principle, but it's different because not everyone will notice your principle, and it can be personal, but a legacy is not. A legacy is known by people far and wide. When you have a legacy, You won't be the only one protecting it. Even those who are close to you will be helping you protect it. A legacy is something you are known for by everyone. When you are absent, your absence will be felt. A legacy makes people always look forward to meeting you because they already know what they will get from you. To hold your frame, you must have a legacy you will be known for. The good news is this: even when you are no more, your legacy lives on. Build emotional intelligence. A notable way of holding your frame is by having emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, often known as EI, is the capacity to recognize and manage your own and others' emotions. People with high emotional intelligence are aware of how they feel, what their emotions mean, and how their feelings affect others. Emotional intelligence is critical for leaders to succeed. Remember, you are a leader. After all, who is more likely to succeed? A leader who yells at his staff when he's stressed, or a leader who keeps his cool and analyzes the issue calmly? To hold your frame, you must practice emotional intelligence, or else you will lose your frame when things that relate to emotions come into play. You must always abide by your narrative, even when it comes to emotions, which is why emotional intelligence is important to holding your frame. Now to another important question. Why do you hold your frame? Here are the reasons why you need to learn how to hold your frame. You have total control of your life by holding your frame. The major aim of holding onto your frame is so that you can have complete control of your life. The moment you lose your frame, you start losing control of your life, which means your life and decisions are being controlled by whatever is being said or suggested by other people. And if you ask me, that is pathetic. Holding your frame helps you command respect. A typical example of this is a comedian's show. When you attend a comedy show, the goal you pick is to be entertained and made to laugh. In contrast, the comedian's frame is designed to make you laugh. The moment the comedian comes on stage and cannot make people laugh, he will most probably lose his frame, and he might lose respect because he didn't meet expectations. But if you are forced to go to a comedian's show and you are not bringing the "I don't care" frame to the show, but the comedian eventually makes you laugh, the comedian will earn your respect for making you change your frame. Likewise, if you know how to hold your frame, you command respect from people. People listen to individuals who hold their frames. If you hold your frame, you become someone people will seek after and start listening to. People already know you have emotional intelligence and will most likely know how to respond to a situation at every point in time. They know you understand the rules of emotions and will use them for positive purposes. You will mostly be selected to lead when the time for a leadership position is called for. When you hold your frame, it helps boost your self-confidence. There is this self-confidence you have when you hold your frame, and don't lose it. It allows you to be confident anytime you want to stand before anyone or a group. As a man, you have the confidence to ask out any girl, and as a lady, you have the confidence when you are approached by a guy. You will have the confidence to go for an interview and could stand strong, holding the frame, even on the hot seat, to impress your interviewers. In every situation, when we are speaking with someone, we are holding on to a frame while the other person is bringing another frame. We can either change our frame to the person's own or hold on to our frame. Also, note that emotional intelligence is very important when it comes to frames, so that we don't get attracted to negative frames, which won't be good for us and our social life. Now that you know why you must hold your frame, I'm sure you would like to know how to be mentally strong or bad habits that will destroy your confidence. Click on the image and see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe.